Everybody, I'm actually away from my streaming setup today, but I wanted to make sure I go over this new blog post that dropped for the Marvel Studios Guardians of the Galaxy Legendary Preview. So I'll do a quick overview, but please check out the blog, link in the description to check out the whole thing. So we've got the confirmation of Star-Lord returning, of course, and Gamora and triggered artifacts. And quickly summarizing, triggered artifacts are an effect where when you have a trigger artifact out, you can trigger the artifact every time a certain thing happens. Let's go ahead and take a look at Star-Lord here. We got Starship Sensors Star-Lord. Triggered artifact the first time you play an artifact each turn, including this one, you get +1 recruit. This is only in a first time, though. The other one's a little different. This is a common, a 2-cost. He is Guardians of the Galaxy affiliated and a tech hero, but there's a reason why it's not going to conflict with the original Star-Lord, even though that's also Guardians, and you'll see. We've got the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 movie logo here, showing us that the movie logos are going to represent the photo of the movie that this came from. But pretty cool. This is one of his comments. Of course, he's got tech, but let's take a look at Gamora here with the triggered artifacts. So her triggered artifact is a whenever you draw a card during her turn, you get +1 attack. So that's a big deal. Let's say you have a Wolverine deck going on and you draw 10 cards in your turn. This retractable sword card gives you 10 attack, which is crazy. Again, this is as Guardians affiliated, but it says Gamora. And again, there's a reason why this might not be an issue. It is an instant card and it is a 5-cost common, but you can see why. This card is pretty darn good, and this is her shot from the beginning, the opening sequence of Guardians Volume 2. I love that sequence so much. So there's Star-Lord and Gamora, but how is that going to work? The return of divided cards from Civil War and X-Men. Like I thought, Rocket and Groot are a pair, and that's going to explain these two. If these are also divided cards, they can be Star-Lord and blank and Gamora and blank, and we got Rocket and Groot here. So this Rocket and Groot card, which is sideways, of course, is a tricky and simple. So I'll show you the low-res version here. So, Tricky Rocket is a tech card. Guardians, of course, affiliated. A cost of 5 and 2+ recruit. If you have at least 5 different card names, you get +2 recruit. Pretty cool. That's a lot of card names you got to have, but you got to hit that threshold. You got to be worthy with card names, kind of, with the number 5. But this Rocket card and Groot card is actually worthy if you're talking about Heroes of Asgard. But I'm getting off track. So, Simple Groot is a strength, and simple is simple. It's a 3 attack only, and that's it. I love that. Tricky and simple, that sums it up right there. So cool, we return of divided cards. Couldn't think of a better pair, but there's another pair that are divided here, and that's going to be Star-Lord and Yondu. So that this hero set's going to be Star-Lord and Yondu, or Star-Lord featuring Yondu, because it's Luke Cage featuring Jessica Jones, for example, in Civil War. It's not both of them, but we'll see how these are named. So we got Give and Take, Star-Lord and Yondu. Star-Lord's Give side has Guardians affiliated and Covert, and they both cost 4, 2+ recruit. You may discard an artifact you control to get +1 recruit. He's giving away the Power Stone there. And then we got Yondu, who's going to be in the set after all, in some capacity. It's a range card, 2 attack, and then Guardians, reveal the top card of your deck if it's an artifact, draw it. So artifact manipulation, he's given them, he's taken them. And again, this has art from the first movie. It says Guardians of the Galaxy, and so does this one. Cool. So just a really quick overview there, and divided cards are returning. That's awesome. We've got the triggered artifacts, and it says it right here. Whenever you draw a card during your turn, you get +1 attack. That means every time you do that as a trigger, you get that listed effect, and these can add up. No kidding. More than almost any other artifact, these can add up real quick if you get this to go. All right, please check out the blog post in the description, and I'll keep bringing you stuff, even if it's in this format. Hopefully it's my regular format, but thank you for coming by, and take care, everybody.